Alright, I'm going to show the storage solution that I made for Terra Mystica. If you like what you see in the video, check out the link down at the bottom and it will take you to a page where you can get details about how you can get a storage solution just like this one for your very own. The box closes all the way and you can turn it any direction. You can shake it if you want, and as long as the lid is on, the pieces inside will stay in their own compartments. What we have here is a couple trays. This one and this one. And then underneath that, of course, is all your player boards and rules and everything like that. And the way I've organized this is so that one of the trays, and I'll show you this tray first, this tray is entirely, everything in this tray is setup items. Once the game is set up, you can get rid of this tray off the table. It helps keep your table, uncluttered. The first thing you notice is all the player pieces, and they each have their own compartment. If the brown player's in the game, you hand them this. And I'll show you very quickly that the pieces are very easy to get back in here. You don't need to be like a master packer or anything to do it. Just put a couple of the bigger pieces in first, and then dump the rest in. Boom. So that's pretty nice. Over here you've got a lot of the rest of the setup items for the game. You've got the favor tiles, you've got the round tiles, and also that little square thing that comes with the game is in that compartment as well, with a little indentation for your finger so that it's easy to get them out. Same deal here, a little indentation to get the bonus tiles out of their little compartment. There is room, by the way, in here if you have the promos. I don't have the promos, but there's room in these compartments if you do. Here are the city tiles, which you'll want to get out and set up. And here are the markers that show that an action has been used up. And depending on which factions are in the game, maybe you want to use different numbers of these, get different numbers of these out. The other tray does have a couple of setup items in it. The reference cards are here, which you may or may not use depending on if your players are experienced. Here is the starting player marker, which really could fit in pretty much any of these compartments. But basically this tray, other than those things, this tray is comprised of bank items. You got your terrain tiles, your workers, your money, and I guess maybe I should explain why I left the bridges and the priests in this tray instead of giving them to the players with the rest of their pieces. Like, I'm the green player, why can't I have all my green priests? Well, I don't want you to have all your green priests. You don't have the green priests at the beginning of the game. You don't have any priests. In order to get priests, you need to get them as income. So it's just best if they stay in the bank. That way they don't confuse. Is that the priest I used that I just got as income this turn, or is that the one that I spent? It just avoids confusion if there's a bank for pieces that you've used up or that you don't have yet. And so that's the way I like to do it. So that's the way I made the tray. There's a tiny little compartment over here for the markers for when you've reached the 100 point threshold. And the one that I'm a little bit iffy on is this compartment here with the power. I'm not really sure this is the best way to do it. I couldn't think of anything better though, because of the way that power works in the game, and you can get rid of some of your power, and at the end of the game you won't necessarily have the 12 that you get at the beginning of the game. So I think this is probably just the best way to do it. Everybody grab 12 from this compartment at the beginning of the game, and at the end of the game dump it all back in there. If you have a better solution than that, I'd be interested to hear it, but that's the best one I could come up with. So the thing is made out of foam core and glue. You wouldn't think that would be a very sturdy, durable thing, but it really is. I mean, you're not going to damage it unless you're really hard on it, or you're trying to hurt it or something. And it looks pretty nice. I mean, it's homemade, but for a homemade object, it looks pretty good, I think. I'm pretty meticulous about the way I do measurements and stuff. So I'll show you how it goes back in the box. It doesn't matter which tray you put back in there first. You can do either one. And that's pretty much it. If you like this storage solution, you can learn how to make one on your own. It's not difficult. But if you'd like me to make one for you, I am charging some money, of course, for my time and for the materials that it takes and the shipping and all that. But you can figure out the details for how to buy one from me at the link that's down at the bottom of the video. So I hope you liked this video, and thanks for watching.